The effects of ongoing tensions in the Middle East are now hitting closer to home, this time especially in the cost of your next flight. Jet fuel prices are climbing amid the war, and airlines are now raising certain fees for travelers to help offset some of those increasing costs.
So we want to help you get a better sense of what is happening with travel expert Katy Nastro from Going.com. Katy, thanks so much for joining us on our show. It's always good to see you.
Always a pleasure, even when we're talking about higher prices for travelers.
Right.
Yes, definitely. Okay, we have seen just a slew of different airlines raising their bag fees. So the first thing you do when you get to the airport trying to check your bag, last week we'll note American Airlines and Alaska Airlines became the latest U.S. carriers to hike those fees. So how much are we talking about here?
Yeah, look, it's going to be between $4 and $10. JetBlue has a sliding seasonal scale. If you're flying on them, just be aware that actually two-thirds of their schedule is considered peak season, which is quite a bit of the calendar. But basically, what this means in general is that you're going to see bag fees upwards of $45 to start and up. For the third check bag, in some cases on United as well as Delta, you're looking at $200 for that third check bag. Now, most of us aren't traveling with that many pieces of luggage, but $45 to $55 and up, that's definitely coming up to upwards of over $100 for a round trip ticket if you have multiple pieces of luggage. And for families, this is really going to hurt the most because oftentimes you have to travel with checked bags. So our biggest piece of advice is if anybody is looking to check bag in the near future, definitely prepay online. Do not pay at the airport, even just to save $5 each way, as well as look into shipping your luggage. There are different services out there that can actually give you a little bit of savings, but also less stress, especially again, if you're traveling with a family.
Glad we're sharing some of those pieces of advice for people before they head to the airport. But Katy, just broadly, what does it say to you that these increasing fees are becoming so much more uniform at the moment?
Unfortunately, airlines are in a position where they're looking at their bottom line, and when some of their biggest costs go up, like jet fuel, they look at really creative ways to sort of pass on that cost, that increased cost. And unfortunately for travelers, we're seeing this play out in the way of ancillaries, like bag fees get more expensive. And so, unfortunately, what usually happens with airlines, if one carrier raises fees, it's sort of the green light for everyone else to raise fees. So, it's not surprising that we've seen now 6 major US carriers all fall into step when it comes to price hikes. And unfortunately, more bad news, I know. We anticipate that these fees, these higher fees, are here to stay even when jet fuel prices come down, which we're cautiously optimistic that won't be forever, that those will start coming down in the near future, we hope.
That was going to be our next question was, can travelers expect to see these stick around? Why is that? Give us a little bit of insight as to why airlines can keep those prices high, maybe even when some of the costs come down, some of the geopolitical forces stabilize. Will travelers continue to pay these higher fees?
Unfortunately, bag fees or really ancillaries, these extra costs that airlines incur, one of the great ways that they can add revenue to their bottom line is through ancillaries, and they aren't subject to the 7.5 excise tax that a base fare is. So by raising those prices every so many years, they can actually make up, whether inflation or other costs rise, that can still be a consistent sort of revenue stream for them. As well as it's a really great way to sort of entice people to sign up for Crow branded credit cards, which has those perks built in. And so it's sort of a win-win for the airlines when they look to raise those fees. It's sort of a layup for them in terms of their financials. But what we're finding is that it's often a lose-lose because, again, those prices historically have never decreased. They've never come down. They're sort of fixed, and it's unlikely. I hope, I wish, but it's really unlikely that we see those fees come back down to where they were prior to this.
Well, Katie, in our final few moments here, we wanted to ask you something else related to the travel industry. You know, there are reports that the CEO of United Airlines has pitched this idea of possibly combining with rival American. What are you hearing about that, and is there any reaction to share to that at this point, other than it being just talk right now?
Definitely just talk, but it's definitely has our ears perked in the industry because what we know to be true about any type of merger, whether it's a smaller merger or a very large merger like this proposed or sort of rumor, it means fewer flights that are competing against one another, fewer carriers, fewer competition, and that's not good for travelers. So we're definitely keeping an eye on this. Nothing is set in stone, nothing has been proposed, but even the fact that there is talk about it is slightly concerning.
Katy Nastro with Going.com. We always appreciate your insight into the industry and definitely as people look ahead to summer travel. Is there anything else you want to leave folks with as they might be looking ahead to book that summer flight with everything that's going on here?
We definitely want travelers to book their travels now before they encounter higher prices later, especially with average airfare already up roughly 13% currently. And we want people to know that even though average fares can rise, cheap flights can exist. You just have to be a little bit strategic and flexible on the when and the where. Perfect example, you can head to Mexico City, which is a fantastic place any time of the year for less than $300 over dates across the summer, 257 from round trip from Austin.
Katie, this is why we talk to you. We appreciate it yet again, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your day. So thanks again.
Thanks so much for having me.
All right.